Hey, Decathlon gamer. Welcome back to FM23 Newton Heath, episode 33, FA Cup third round. It's a lot of threes. Anyway, FA Cup third round is where the Premier League enters the competition. 20 sides join the fray. The last 20 to join in. That's everybody into the competition at this point. And by this stage, we're already down to a field of 64. So 20 out of 64 are the potential Premier League sides that are in. 44 remain, us being one of them. So 43 opponents that might be non-Premier League sides, 20 that are. You got a just under 1/3 chance, about a 30% chance that you are going to come up against a Premier League side, and we are. And one of the better ones, or at least in, January of 2026, Aston Villa, 6th place in the Premier League, are the team that we're going to have to go up against. But has anybody else come up with any upsets on the day? Because actually we've got the benefit of playing in the primetime slot with the TV, so that's nice. Big pay bonus for that one. We have seen Luton Town beat Leicester, so that's something. Millwall beating Nottingham Forest, but we don't know in 2026 that that's even an upset necessarily. Oxford City was still alive till this stage. They had the unfortunate task of going on the road at Wolves, and they were trounced 9-0. 9-0. Massive scoreline on that one. Silva scored in the first minute, had a hat trick by the 25th, and at that stage it was already 4-0. Tomorrow matchups are minimal. You got Cheltenham and Blackburn, Tottenham and Man United. Tough draw for them for the third round. And then Crawley and Sheff United. So not much remaining out there. Crawley could be down there a ways. Where are they at? League 2. So Notts County going down 2-0 in their matchup. And then, of course, that 9-0, we're the last side from down there. So we are the last side that could actually provide a proper giant killing at this stage of the competition, and really any remaining stage of the competition, as you're looking at League 2 or better from fourth round on, unless we somehow survive against Aston Villa. The game's already going to be a tough challenge for us, and that match load that we've been under has gotten a little bit better. We had a little more rest. It's been a week since our last game, but we've got FA Trophy as well a week from now. It's keeping the match load rather high. But with some recovery, at least, we're looking better. Our attacking line, I think it's going to be really tough to get a goal right now, today, at the very least. I got a lot of guys that are going to be playing out of position to get the best players that have at least a chance to do something out there. So what we do have, Palmer has not scored yet, has not played well yet. He's going to play on top, and no, we're not playing with 2 on top. We're going to play with 1 on top with our more familiar tactical setup and get that extra man in the midfield, because if we're going to progress the ball enough to get a chance against an Aston Villa, we definitely need to stack the midfield a bit more. So we've got the extra man there. But with a suspension for Hercules, yellow card, I believe, or just from the last FA Cup, I don't know. Donasian's still injured, and even though Ola's been playing for us, he's played so many matches where he wasn't getting, he was cleared to play an hour, or he was cleared to play 75 minutes. Today, he failed the fitness test. So it's been too much while he's still recovering. He needs a rest. So Ola's out. Hercules is out. So what do I have for options on the bench? It's Whitaker, it's Lund. Those are the backups for the top positions. So, kind of out of necessity, I'm not going to play those 2 against Aston Villa and expect anything of them. So Ford's going to drop into the attacking 3 behind Palmer. So Palmer's in. He's getting the chance even though he hasn't played well yet, and is very much not familiar with this at this stage. I mean, he'll get there. He's working on it, but he's not there. He's not there yet. So we'll give him a chance and hope that the mentality that he has, the mental strength, will help, and maybe he'll be able to create something or hold up or at least set something up for a layoff for forward. Tanner in on the left, Lapalabai in on the right. I'm going to start with Neil and Sarcevic, but Sarcevic has a heavy load. I'd like to get him out probably halftime. And bring in Smallwood for the debut. Big key for us is whether we can get enough possession to progress the ball, even at all. Mostly, though, can we get enough possession to play our style, to not have them. Apollo by commits a foul seconds in. That's not a good start. Put yourself in position for yellow cards. I think we're going to be making subs based on yellow cards a lot. We're going to have trouble with our press taking the ball off of these guys where we have a bit of a skill deficit. We already commit a foul right on the edge. It looks like that might have just scraped the corner of the woodwork. Another free kick in a dangerous position, and Heggie into a tough save, which he does make. Steps up to that challenge, but we're 20 minutes in, and we've already picked up 2 yellows, another free kick in another dangerous position. We've seen 3 free kicks. Aaron Wan-Bissaka playing for them. He picked up a yellow in the 3rd minute. Loftus-Cheek also out there. That's crazy tough. By the way, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, got to give him credit. He's been not a often selected player for about 2 years now after being, very promising young talent, criticized for his offensive progression as a fullback, and never criticized for his defense. Coming back from World Cup, he gets a chance with Dallo, sitting it out, coming back a little bit late, recovering from a minor injury, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka has been phenomenal in the last 5 matches, 6 matches that he has played. Hasn't put a foot wrong against Crystal Palace the other day. Made a world-class tackle to save a likely goal, and massively underappreciated talent, because let's be real, I think we can all agree that he is a world-class defender as a fullback. I think many would argue that he is less than good enough going forward. I think he is proving, especially over the last handful of games, that he is very underrated going forward. I think he's put more balls into play for others to get on the end of. He's been more creative than Dallo has at any stage all season. Dallo's had 1 or 2 good balls the entire year, and in the year and a half that he's been the preferred right back, and I haven't understood why. Dallo's done better under Ten Hag. Wan-Bissaka, finally getting a chance, has been significantly better under Ten Hag, and I think he should be the preferred over Dallo. I think they should be rotating the two seamlessly, day in, day out. Give them both plenty of starts. I think you got 2, like you have on the left with Malacia and Shaw. You got 4 world-class fullbacks potentially at United, and that's a dangerous thing to have for any club. Well, we reach halftime goalless, which is good. They massively outshoot us. They're approaching 1 on the XG, and they're probably favored to get 1 somewhere in the second half. But hey, we're alive. We're hanging in there. I did say that I didn't think we would do much going forward, and we didn't see any highlights whatsoever of us going forward. 2 yellow cards obviously is worrying, but it's only 2. We can make that one change. Let's get Sarcevic that rest that we were talking about. I'll wait a few minutes. We'll give 5 or so minutes to Sarcevic. Close enough. What was that? Apollo by. Second yellow. right at the start of the second half. I was full on intent on rotating those guys out. I just was trying to start with Smallwood. Well, that means we need to get Ford out a bit wider. All right, and then, gosh, what to do? Really, that's all you can do. He's going to have to just split. We weren't going forward well anyway. You know what? Neal is more tired than Sarcevic, even though the injury risk is higher. Let's go ahead and bring on Smallwood, play him alongside Sarcevic. We're not going to have much pace out of those two on the pitch together, but they're going to recover the ball a bit better. Down a man is a really bad recipe for us. Loftus-Cheek turns. Wilson clears that away, but he doesn't get it more than 3 feet and gives it right back, which turns into a shot. Luckily, we win that header. I think that was Plummer that cleared that one away. Wan-Bissaka finds Dedic, but we get that cleared away. We're hanging in there. 2 more shots for them, but we've played over an hour. Sarcevic has picked up a yellow. Ford has picked up a yellow. I don't really have attacking subs, so I think I'm going to try to rely on those guys a bit longer. Tunnicliffe with a yellow is a dangerous thing, so let's go ahead and bring on Pierre. He's been on that since pretty early. 71 minutes played. Another free kick. Cleared away by Pierre. Ford starting the counter. Palmer picks it up. Hangs onto it long enough to get some support. Brooks finds Tanner. Tanner on the overlap. Lays off inside for Smallwood. Gets Brooks. Cuts in. Takes the shot. First one we've seen of the day. Just the second one we've attempted. I'll take it. There's no way we're beating these. Oh, Sarcevic. Picks up back-to-back yellows in a short period of time. That was just a dumb foul from Sarcevic. There's no reason for that. No reason at all. Big change, and I'm sure that the quality that they have, and up 2 men now, they're going to break us down here very soon, but we'll hang on as best we can for as long as we can. Pierre clears that away. Tanner picks it up. We've gone much lower with our defense now, so this is, inviting traffic, and we can't block them out. We only have 9 guys. Pierre, bullshit call. That he just goes and wins the ball very cleanly. So Aston Villa can't beat us, but the ref, boy, is he trying. I mean, come on. When we were getting the guys sent off, I think that was largely on us. The yellow cards, just lesser quality. But Pierre wins that ball very cleanly. Gets all ball. The guy throws himself to the turf, and they go to the penalty spot. Aston Villa couldn't beat us. They couldn't beat us with 11. They couldn't beat us with 10. They couldn't beat us with 9. But the ref puts them on the spot so that they finally beat us. That was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Pike, nice interception there. Clears away to no one because, we're playing so deep right now. They finally actually earn a goal against 9 men, so now we can forget about the stupid penalty call. That was just about onside. Pierre just doesn't rise up. Does nothing to even challenge with Baylor there. But at least they finally earned one against 9. Here's Ford. Oh, Palmer. Palmer stops his run. Palmer needs to continue on there. We had a chance to get one back. Final seconds. Our FA Cup run coming to an end here with us playing 9 versus 12. Losing 9 players and them having the ref on their side. Man, oh man, did he give that to them. Now, the yellow cards, right? I get it. I get it. That was a skill deficit. But that penalty, that could not have been a worse call because that was 100% clear. There is no possible way that Pierre steps across and plays the ball out if he's not getting ball. If he's not getting all ball. There's no possible way that the ball goes that direction unless the defender wins the ball. Right? That the animations, we've talked about it so many times that in FM, you never know. You never know. The ball physically cannot go that direction if we're going through the man. That was ball. That was an all ball situation. That can only be an all ball situation in physics. He won the ball. Terrible call. Terrible set of calls. I mean, come on. 25 fouls to 3, though. And they got 2 yellow cards for those 3. So this was just a ref that was like, yellow cards. They're like candy to me. Nom, 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 nom. That's all right. We knew we were going to lose. It was actually our first sellout that we've had. So that was really cool that we pulled that off. But, yeah. Moving on. Sandwiched in between our FA Trophy match and the FA Cup match that we just finished, another midweek game for us Tuesday night. We're still limited on choices. All those suspensions from our 2 sending offs. Donacien still on his injury. Ola still not cleared from his injury. So, we're looking at 4 guys unavailable. So Smallwood is going to get his first start today. But tactical familiarity for his role, he's already figured it out. So we'll see if he plays, his rating. You can forgive that. It was Aston Villa. So bring him in. And then Hercules, back from his suspension, available. Tanner again on the left. And we're going to go with 2 on top because I think at this level we can give it a shot. And that's what's more suited for these guys. But I just don't know how well they're actually going to do with it. Familiarity's getting there overall as a group. It's definitely better than it was. So hopefully that can start turning it into a little something more consistent. But we'll see. If it's still a non-result type thing today, we might have to reassess what Palmer's role is with this club. And maybe just have him be a backup to Shaq Ford. So Palmer, it's kind of last chance, either for the formation or for Palmer, potentially, one or the other, to do something. But Barnett's 6th, and we're on the road. Not necessarily an easy match. Goalless draw. Boy, that's been the theme of that formation, hasn't it? Smallwood gets booked, Tanner gets booked. Totally outplayed them, but no goals. Former star Andy Carroll actually was the opposition manager there for Barnet in that one. Looks like in game he left Reading for John Book in Korea, where he wrapped up his career before starting with Barnet here. So Harrison Neal is the one player on the roster this year that has already forced his hand and said he doesn't want to re-sign. He's got an expiring contract. We're going to lose him for nothing, which is not a big deal. Part of me wants to just go ahead and hang on to him for the season anyway. But with Smallwood, we have options and we have depth at our defensive mid. So Exeter has come in with a 7K offer. I'm going to counter to at least get a little bit more out of that, but we'll see. They like it. So okay, sounds good to me. Funny thing was Neil just picked up a minor injury that was going to leave him out for a couple weeks. Not that it was a big deal, but the deal is going to go through. So off to Exeter he is. FA Trophy, Aldershot. We are at home. They're playing a 4-2-3-1 like we are, so we are going to match up fairly well with that. We need to get a result here. We do want to stay in this competition, but it's really not important. I'd like to win this competition, but it's not an urgent thing. So I'm still trying to put a good side together as Lapalo Bai cuts in. Smallwood takes a shot. That's out for a corner. But I do have some changes to the side. It is important. The league is more important. As much as I want to get a result here, the league is more important. So I've already done some squad rotation to get some guys a rest, a much-needed rest. Tanner was desperate for a day off, so he's got that. And then we've got Smallwood getting the start. Whitehall is in, as we still have a one-match suspension for... as Palmer scores finally with his head. I always said that his head was going to be kind of one of the better ways that he was going to score. But nice link up between Smallwood and Palmer there, rising up above two defenders, coming across to try to clear that away. Nice goal from Palmer on that one. Very much needed that one. So Ford in that attacking spot to give Tanner a rest, and because Ford goes back, that means Palmer was going to get another chance, which he has taken advantage of here. And then Richards getting his first start in at left back, as Brooks needed a rest. He's been playing for Donacien for quite a while here. Lapalabai in. Could probably use a rest, so Hercules will probably come on at some point as Ford scores his 28th of the season. Ola getting his first start in a while on the left after his injury. He's only cleared to play 75, so we are going to have to rotate at some point. Somebody and somehow I'll figure out who's going to go in that left at some stage. Far from a done deal yet, but at 2-0, it's been all us in the early stages as Heggie is forced to step up and make a save for the first time on all the shots. Just their second attempt. We've only had 5, but they've been good looks. 0.5 on the XG. We've exceeded the XG a little bit, obviously, but they've been good looks. Heggie, toughest save he's going to have to make, but that looked more off target than on. Oh, gosh, double. Nobody wants to guard Glover there. Glover, wide open header on the first one. Nobody's marking him. Oh, no. Marking his teammate. Heggie saves that off the line. Richards. There you go. Richards gets his first start. Defends terribly, not once, but twice on that play. I mean, that was horrendous D from Richards. Not earning himself a second bid, but there's a great play from Ford to set up Palmer, and Palmer just runs out of space, runs out of angle. He's only got so much pace, and so he gets kind of squeezed to the side there and loses his chance to seal that one off. Game's not done yet as Aldershot battles back in, but really that came down to somebody we're giving a chance to, really showing that there's a reason why this is their first appearance of the year. Lapalabai taking possession as we start second half. Whitehall, Wilson. So Whitehall back into that reserve role that he was so familiar with last season, and this season wasn't getting too many chances with Neil around. Of course, actually, he was getting a fair number of chances as the backup earlier in the year. Smallwood was only just signed recently. Sarcevic, not that long before him either. Smallwood, Richards. His first good play. There's something he brings. That was an excellent cross. We should have made that 3-1 there. Great ball over the top for Palmer. Misses the target, beats the keeper, and misses the target. Boy, should be 4-1 now. Both of those should have been goals. Ford loses it. Glover, man, what's he doing to us? Whitehall on a yellow. We've seen where that goes. Probably want to get him out of there, but I think that's going to mean Wiggett coming on. If Wiggett's on the bench, I'm not sure he is. But I have Wiggett on the bench. I do not. He is not available. Pike, great through ball for Lapalabai, switches to Ola. Ola needs to get out of there. It's time to make our change. He was only cleared for 75. We're coming up on that. All right, so Brooks is coming on. He can play on the left mid and just, play a little deeper than what we're used to. but that should also help us on the possession side, keeping that ball away from Aldershot a bit, and you can see how very, very quickly we've pushed right on into the final minutes of this game already. And there is Brooks making his first contribution as a more attacking player. Tries to set up Palmer inside, doesn't do so. And here is the failures of Richards to get back and defend his man, and nearly leads to an equalizer. So Richards himself has already nearly cost us 2 goals. His rating really not up to par on what it is we've seen here. That ball's not going to reach Lapalo by, but a bad play from their man gave us another shot at it, and time's 3 seconds left. That's it. Palmer not keeping ball well there. That's going to lead to one last chance. No whistle yet. There it is, and that's the game. So no injuries, no send-offs, couple yellows. That's a decent enough performance, but pretty disappointing from Richards on his first go. Saw nothing from him that suggests he needs more time. He definitely has nothing over Brooks or Donasian when he does get back from his injury. All right, well, that is 3 competitions down to 2. FA Trophy, we're starting to get into the later stages of that one, and we are very much one of the favorites in that competition, because that only goes through our division, and we are leading our division. So we are technically the current top rated side remaining in that competition. Therefore, by all means, we should be capable of potentially taking that trophy. It's a lot to compete on multiple fronts, though. We were on 3. We're down to 2, though. That does make life a little bit easier with that. We will get some rest. We will get some recovery. I've been trying to manage the squad a fair bit. Our next match is against the last place team in the league, so we would expect 3 points, get that rotation. But I think the experiment of 2 on top with Ford and Palmer is done. We need to keep somebody underneath. Ford underneath with Palmer, we'll experiment with that a bit more on occasion, especially when we need to rest one of those guys like Tanner, as Ford is very much a very good option behind there. It's just kind of miss his goal production when he's there. But today we got 2, but only 9 shots. So is Palmer really the answer on top, or do we need to kind of just keep going with Ford and play Palmer when Ford needs a rest? Kind of leaning towards that for now. Meantime, Palmer keeps getting chances and did finally get a goal. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.